opportunities, but I was busy doing other stuff.
So how many comedy bits did you get out of your historical stuff?
Yeah, I mean, some of my bits are reference history and some, but a lot of them reference, teaching. I remember I would say stuff in class and then I was like, oh, wait, that could be a bit. Like, I remember saying to the kids, like, they didn't call it World War I at the time. That would have been, like, very pessimistic. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of these things. I mean, obviously. So let's call it one, and then we'll readdress later. And recently a guy yelled at me for that. Not yelled at me. He was on my case online for that joke. And he's like, actually, chemist so-and-so, so-and-so, I can't remember the name, called it the First World War at the beginning of the war. So, and I was like, first of all, that's not what that's different than what I said.
Yeah.
Secondly, what are you doing?
Who cares?
Just enjoy the joke.
And on the one of the we were talking before about, I was watching your Dry Bar comedy, which is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I guess you said it was 3 years ago now, and the response there was amazing to me. You said you did this bit, and you said, and does anybody in the crowd know what they called it instead of the First World War? What they called it at the time?
Right.
Everybody in the crowd knew, and I thought, is that what goes on in Utah? They just read history books? I had no idea. Yet
Maybe.
Everybody in this crowd shouted it out. I thought it was going to knock you over with the sound of the answer.
The Great War. Well, yeah, because then I go, what do I say in the joke? I don't remember. That'd be like if I, calling it World War I at the time would be like if I would have walked up to you and been like, hey, I'd like to introduce you to wife number one. Right. There's going to be a bunch of these things.
This is my
And
first
then I don't know if I
ex-wife.
said it, but sometimes when I'm in Utah, I say, I recognize that joke takes on a different meaning in Utah. I was talking about maybe multiple divorces, not multiple wives. But yeah, it's that Provo, Utah. It was very fun. It was filmed in Provo, Utah. A number of us comedians at my level, basically not famous, but touring headliners. It's been the best thing for our careers. And it was pretty restrictive, but it resulted in very, very good video clips that I've over 30, at this point, over 50 million views.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
on the clips combined, but
Yeah.
Well, give you most of the credit.
and then fans that I've never met before, so it's pretty fun.
Well, Provo's not all that straight-laced action. Those Osmonds, they know how to get down and get funky. Yeah.
I've seen that they aren't anymore, but they were in Vegas. That was always funny to see their big faces on the side of the flamingo, and I'm like, well, this just doesn't match to me, Vegas. They probably were doing coke in the back.
The Osmonds, sponsored tonight by Milk.
Ooh.
We do have a golfer with us. How about that? Neil actually went out and found a golfer to be on a golf podcast.
Crazy,
things are
right?
getting better, man, getting better all the time. And we're going to come right back and talk about Cory's golf game from high school on. I mean, he's a pretty good handicap, carries pretty good handicap at the moment. So we've heard. We'll check it out when we come right back. Hang with us. We are The Approach Shot.
Hey guys, are you wedding ring shopping, or do you remember when you were? It was and should have been all about your wife. But what about you? I'm guessing not so much, or even who cares? Well, that means you don't know about manly bands. Manly bands are the coolest rings for men, made out of materials like tungsten, wood, dinosaur bone, antler, and even gold. Well, when I say these things are cool, I'm talking about rings from their MLB collection or the Jack Daniel's Whiskey Barrel collection, to name a few. And golfers, check out the Double Eagle in the Manly Band Sports Collection, made of cobalt chrome. It's perfect for any golfer. And if you're married and have a ring already, get another one. You don't own just one ball cap, do you? Here's a special offer for listeners of The Approach Shot. Order your Manly Band and get 21% off plus a free silicone ring. Just go to manlybands.com/approach. That's manlybands.com/approach for 21% off. Manly Bands, the best damn rings, period.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Men, want to feel younger, stronger, leaner? You don't have to slow down after 40. Frank Thomas found the secret to staying in shape with the energy and drive of his 20s.
Man, you look like you could still hit it a mile.
I feel great, too.
What gives?
After 40, men slow down. It's harder to stay in shape.
Why?
Our free testosterone levels drop.
It happened to me. And then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GRIT to 321321. Samples are not available in stores.
Well, wait. What are you going to do something about it now? I got to try Nugenix Total T.
Text GRIT to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's GRIT to 321321.
See, I told you we'd be right back, and I have never lied to you. Never.
No, never.
I am John Ashton. He is Neil Michaels. Cory Michaelis, no relation.
No relation.
No.
None.
Not whatsoever, because it's a totally different name.
He's so cool, I'm thinking of going by Neil Michaelis now. So people might think I'm stuttering, so I don't know.
Well, I considered at the beginning of the comedy career going Cory Michaelis, but then it just kind of sounded like one of those wrestlers. Like, it's so much easier to find me if I took that I out and on the internet. But also, it's unique a little bit. So
Exactly.
what are you going to do?
That's right. And actually, in a golf game I played last week, I almost took somebody's eye out. So
That's my favorite joke of Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg golf joke. I've never had a hole in one, but I have hit a guy. That was way more satisfying. You're supposed to yell 4 when a ball is headed towards somebody, but I was just too busy muttering, ain't no way it's going to hit that guy. It's very poignant.
I have to tell you a story, John. I've never told you this story. I'm gonna get emails for this. When my daughter was probably about 10, and we lived in Maryland, we had just moved into this house, and we're standing in the backyard. And when you're in areas like Maryland and Indiana and Kentucky and stuff, you generally have a quarter acre or something in your backyard if you've got a single family home. So we're wandering around the backyard. I'm throwing stuff to my friends, frisbees and baseballs and stuff. And for some stupid reason, I decide I'm going to throw a golf ball up in the air and catch it. And I keep doing it higher and higher because I'm a boy and we do stupid things like that. And at one point I rear back, and like I was throwing a baseball, I throw it as high as I possibly can in the air. And I'm watching it, and I did exactly what you just said, Cory. I'm watching my daughter who's looking up at the ball, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Boom, right in the forehead. My wife wasn't home at the time. And I had to explain when she got home why our 10-year-old daughter had a big old bump on her forehead that had dimples in it. If it didn't have dimples, I could have gotten away with a great lie.
That's funny. It's way cuter with dimples, though, Right? I want to make sure that everybody knows that was Mitch Hedberg's joke. He's dead. He doesn't care. But
Right.
not my joke.
Yeah, I miss Mitch. Mitch was... he was phenomenal. He was great comedian. Well, at the Masters, Rory McIlroy hit his dad.
Oh,
he was,
and he hit a golf. He hit him with a golf ball too.
Yeah. Someone said, "How did you hit your dad?" And he said, "I was aiming for him."
Oh, fun.
Perfect answer.
It happens to the best of them. So, how often you get to play, man?
Right in this last year, about 3 times a week I've been playing. I play in a Tuesday league, and then I get out one other time at least. So almost always 2. I bring my clubs on the road. I have a big old golf carry travel bag. I stuff T-shirts that I sell, my merchandise, after the show. Keep it under 50 pounds, and I'm like MVP, whatever, gold, elite, whatever they call it, with Alaska Air. And so I get free checked bags and easy breezy, and then I try and play at a, it's hard because I get there and I don't have a car, so I try and find the closest spot to the hotel or see if I can get a ride from a friend or whatever. So I haven't played a ton of like the best or nicest courses, but I've played, the decent municipal courses near the club.
In Lexington, Kentucky, the municipal course, Kearney Hills, $29 greens fee is a Pete Dye golf course.
Oh, wow. See, that's what's nice is Pacific Northwest is a little bit overpriced golf just because it's so wet up here and so many courses. And I go to other places and I'm like, that's all it costs?
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised sometimes.
So you must do a lot of research before you do a gig. To be able
it depends. I research weather, that's for sure, because I'm not going to bring it if it's too bad. But I play in 40 degrees and rain out here. That's fine with me. I'm not fine, but that's just the way it goes. So yeah, I play a bunch. I've met some new buddies through the golf league that go on golf trips. So we just did Bandon Dunes, which you may have heard of, I hope, maybe, possibly. 5 of the top 100 public courses in the world. And depending upon what list you look at. And that was awesome. We're going to do... There's a new course in Washington called Gamble Sands, which is a proper links course, and we're going to do that, plus Desert Canyon, plus a couple others. So that's in June. Yeah, as soon as everything locked down, comedy went away for a bit entirely, and then we all had to pivot a little bit with comedy. I did a bunch of virtual gigs. Me and my buddy started a virtual show, and then we turned it into a podcast. But golf courses were even shut down for about 3-4 weeks here in Seattle area. And then when they opened back up, I just started playing as much as I could. And I went from about a 12 to a 6.9 as we speak today. So it's been fun.
Oh, congratulations.
That's great, man. There's a thing that, first off, you ever play golf with Jeff Allen? He's another dry bar comic. He lives in Nashville. And he's an avid golfer, and he's got like a 4 handicap or 3.
Oh, okay.
He used to be scratched.
I'll have to take him down.
Yeah, definitely. Playing for money, man.
Well, he also has a way bigger following than me. He turned his dry bar into a real...
Yeah.
I've tried. I've done pretty well, but he really turned it into a big following on Facebook especially.
Yeah.
And he's selling tickets pretty well. So getting booked all over. Which great. I'm trying.
Yeah. So. Well, we made the same deal. You ever get in the area, man? Golf's on us.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, I'll be in both those cities for sure. What are we going to go to? Torrey Pines?
For lunch.
Well, John usually throws it out there, as a incentive for people to come to Louisville. But John, where do you play when Cory is going to take you up on this? Where would you be taking him?
I'll be taking him to the Pete Dye course at the French Lick, Indiana Resort Hotel and Casino.
French Lick. I like that. Sounds hot.
Yeah, home of Larry Bird.
And Larry Bird be there? Yeah. Wow. Yep. That's fun. I'll be in Louisville for sure. I already told John off air. I can't talk about it, but I'll be in Louisville for sure in the next year.
Cool.
There we go.
Cool.
But I've been play a ton. No, it's comedy. I just it's unofficial.
So. Let me throw something out at you, man, because you would be the perfect person to do this. It could be a good side gig. We do a lot of help with people who are doing charity golf scrambles.
Okay.
And one of the things we like to do is a heckle hole. Where we have a comedian, especially if the comedian is a decent golfer, it's great. We do it on a tee box of a par 3. And the comedian just starts doing a shtick because you cannot swing a golf club effectively if you're laughing your ass off.
Oh, I love that.
And then it's a contribution to the cause, and the comedian shuts up. But not for the whole group. It has to be one person. Everybody's got to pay, or they get. And if they really want to pay, then the comedian will take the shot, and it does. Like all the golf scrambles do. That shot doesn't count. So you can get up to the green, sink the putt, and have
brilliant idea. That sounds very fun. My new idea. I don't know if we're still talking about golf technically, but yes, this is golf. I did a country club the other day here locally, and then I just was like, "Hey, can I play during the day?" And they were like, "Sure, we don't care."
Yeah.
And so my new idea is just start calling country clubs all over the country and be like, "Hey, I'll come do comedy. You let me play during the day, and pay me this much." And because they all have. Every country club has like a banquet room with a stage, so I'm just gonna start calling. Or it doesn't have to be a country club, any golf club, but people with money would be nice. And you can charge whatever you want for the show.
Right.
Or I could maybe do a door deal. But anyway, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd probably rather make them bring the people in. I don't want to be responsible for
Well, that's what I mean. That's what Neil and I. That's why we started this. Is just to make golf at least free or tax deductible. Whichever.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh gee. Interesting. I just I'll tell. I just Eventbrite, which is the ticketing company. They just sent me a W-9 that says they paid me $336,000 in 2020, which is not accurate. It's a